Welcome back. Today we delve into the heart of Namibia's cultural heritage, discussing the pivotal conference aimed at shaping the future of the Damara tribe. We explore the collective journey towards unity, progress, and the strategic empowerment of the Damara people. The second Damara Unity Conference is scheduled to take place on the 14th until the 16th of June at Okahandja. We are now joined telephonically by Avabahe Wesep. He is the chairperson of the Damara Unity Initiative. Mr. Wesep, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
Good evening to you, and good evening also to viewers and listeners.
Just to start,
my name is Avabahe Johannes Wesep. You pronounce it without the clicks, but it's fine.
And thank you so much for excusing me for doing that. Just to start with, sir, I want to briefly talk about this conference and, of course, the importance thereof and fostering the path for the Damara people.
Okay. The theme of the conference says it all. It is saying gateway to collaboration for a collective purpose. Mm-hmm. So through this conference, we would like to make sure that we collaborate with an end goal in mind that is for all of us. Now, generally speaking, the conference objectives are to bring together like-minded progressive Damaras of all walks of life, mm-hmm. and of all political and religious persuasions, as well as other stakeholders and well-wishers, to discuss the state of the Damara tribe in Namibia. Mm-hmm. So this conference further seeks to provide a platform to the said Damaran to, as a collective, mm-hmm. identify challenges and threats, as well as strengths and opportunities facing the Damara tribe, with the view to develop practical and workable strategies to address the threats and challenges while capitalizing on the strengths and opportunities. Mm-hmm. So for us to meet at this conference is to propose solutions, find a common ground, and then together jointly craft practical strategies that we would implement in order to turn the tide around in favor of the Damara tribe.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that in a nutshell, this is an opportunity to look at the state of the Damara tribe. In your own words, sir, what would you, contextualize that as?
When we talk about the state of the Damara tribe in Namibia, mm-hmm. our people, we have had quite a lot of lamentations from our people. Our people are saying that when there are opportunities for scholarships to be awarded to learners who meet the requirements, they don't get those opportunities. They don't get the funds. Secondly, when it comes to the land resettlement and land allocation, our people are complaining that they are always overlooked when it comes to the allocation of land. Mm-hmm. They are also saying that when the government would publish tenders for work that is to be performed and they submit their bids, they are not considered. Mm-hmm. Now, we are not saying that what these people are saying is the truth or not the truth. That is why we have to meet and listen to the people and hear from them the practical examples, proof that this is the case, so that we can find ways in which we can then intervene, mm-hmm. to make sure that we also, as the indigenous people in this country, are also treated fairly in line with the provisions of the Constitution of the Republic of Namibia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You mentioned one of the challenges is the overlooking for the allocation of land. On that matter of land, how has the loss of ancestral lands affected the Damara tribe, and what measures are being taken to address this landlessness?
Yeah, you know what has happened? In every town or village that you will get, in the areas where the Damaras are living in the majority, you will find that our people are the majority in the informal settlements. They are unemployed, they are not employable, and we have issues like poverty, which make some people, resort to crime in order to make a living. Whereas when they were on the farms and on their land, they were proud farmers who could generate an income through farming with livestock as well as planting agriculture products and selling them, selling those. But now, when it comes to this landlessness issue, is that our people are complaining that when they would apply to be resettled in the areas where their ancestors lost land to the colonial administration, people who have never lost land from other areas are resettled, and they continue to be landless. And then even our traditional authorities, instead of offering our people their communal land rights, they would rather let other people come and settle in those areas. And this landlessness is actually causing our people that their livelihood is substandard.
Just as we round off our discussion, what are your hopes for the outcome of this conference? What do you hope to achieve by the end of this conference? And how will these measures be implemented within the Damara community?
You see, one of the outcomes of this conference that we'd like to have is, firstly, when it comes to the issue of landlessness, we would like to look at the Communal Land Reform Act and see what gaps are there in that act which cause our people not to have access to land. So we will have to discuss practical implications and challenges and raise practical and realistic recommendations towards ensuring that our people also have got access to land. Because what is happening is that we are disturbing peace and stability in this country. When it comes to the Damara versus non-Damara, when it comes to the allocation of land and land rights in this country. So we don't want such a situation to prevail. You have the Tomani and the Tobani. These people have lost land in the Thomas Islands and also in the eastern parts of this country. But they don't get resettled when farms are bought by the government in those areas. So we would like to discuss this and look at practical and realistic recommendations so that we can ensure that our people's landlessness is also addressed. When it comes to the governance systems, before the introduction of the Traditional Authorities Act 25 of 2000, the Damaras were under the leadership of one king. And we were a unit. We were united. But when chiefs were recognized by government for the different clans of the Damara tribe, each one of these chiefs are operating in a silo. They are not advancing the cause of the Damaras in general, but they are only focusing on their people in the area of their jurisdiction. Then you have Damaras in diaspora and in other areas where there is no chieftaincy or a traditional authority of the Damara tribe. And these people are actually kept at the periphery because of that.
Thank you.
So we would like that also to do, request the government. We have 34 clans in the Damara tribe, and only 8 of these clans are recognized by government. So it means 28 clans of the Damara tribe does not have traditional authorities. So these people do not have a voice that would come up for them.
Thank you.
And then the other issue that we would like to discuss has got to do with the economic opportunities that are in our country.
Thank you, sir.
Here we have assigned people to conduct research so that we could discuss opportunities at national, regional, and local level, and see how we can make sure that our youth also benefit. You have seen that quite a lot of mines, exploration and mining activities and extraction of mineral resources is taking place in areas where you have the Damaras living in a majority. But when it comes to the issuance of the mining licenses, there is no proper consultation done. People are not taking care of the environmental impact assessment warnings, and the Ministry of Mines and Energy allocate those mining licenses. Yes, we have some people who are claiming that some of our chiefs are being paid off by the investors, and they allow them to go and, start mining. Now, you will see that in those areas, people are farming communities, and their grazing land is getting lesser and lesser. They are competing for water resources with those mines, but they do not receive anything in return, just like the royalties and so on. If you would look at the road between Omaruru and Suis, the road has been damaged beyond. It is not safe to travel on that road.
Thank you, sir.
Now,
thank you so much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have, and we wish you all the best with this second conference taking place in Okahandja. Well, on that note, we're moving on to health.